Mic check. Before I get started, I want to just say thank you to everybody who has been checking out the more recent episodes of Juggalo Judgment. I did make a post that the commentary track that we did for Psychopathic videos literally jumped the fuck up to like the third most downloads of our entire series. It's fucking insane, guys. And I don't even know. I didn't realize that was something that people wanted. So thank you very much for checking that out. Also, a big shout out to Aaron and Eric of ICP with We. Our most recent episode was the intelligence and violence coverage that we did with them. And I hope you guys could tell, but we had such a fun time recording that episode. And I think it translated very well. And due to that, there might be something else brewing in the future. We don't quite know when. But when we have more info about it, you guys will obviously know. So just something to keep on your mind. Again, thank you very much to ICP with We for doing that episode with us. And it was a lot of fun. Really like working with those guys. Now that the happy friendly shit's out of the way, we're going to discuss the one fucking thing that every motherfucker who has any kind of ties with the Juggalo world has been talking about. And I'm already fucking like tired of hearing about it. I really fucking am. I might actually like get angrier as this goes on. So, if you missed it, kudos to you. But Monoxide occasionally will go on YouTube and he will go on stream. He basically, smokes. He pays attention to the people that are watching the stream and he'll answer questions, which is very, very cool. I appreciate him doing it on YouTube because obviously I couldn't check Facebook or anything. He used to do it on Instagram too, but then it just stopped. So the way that the site they use for Facebook to do it is pretty convenient for them. Now, I did not watch the entire stream. I watched the 2-minute clip that Joker's Gallery posted, which was all that was really necessary. I did not get to see the question leading up to it. But to paraphrase, Monoxide has finally acknowledged, and this is not me saying this in a negative light. I want to stress that. So when I say finally, don't make it seem like I'm saying like, oh yeah, it took him long enough. Monoxide has addressed the fact that they were not at the march. Okay, the Juggalo March back in 2017. And he says that essentially he regrets not being there, not so much because of what the march was about, but because he feels that he has let people down because they wanted Twisted there. The fact that it should have been something to help unify everything when shit was going bad, and they did not. Now, mind you, if you weren't aware of what happened or the build-up to it, remember that at the beginning of 2017, it was when Young Wicked joined with Magic Ninja Entertainment. And that was probably the big breaking point to sever the ties between Psychopathic and Magic Ninja. Jay wanted Twisted to drop Young Wicked and they refused to, which, business decision. Okay, whether you guys agree with that or not, that's just how it is. When the march was announced, ICP and Psychopathic Records extended the invitation to pretty much everybody big in the underground, including Magic Ninja. ROC was the first person to say that he would not be participating, and then the next day, the rest of Magic Ninja followed suit. We only heard a little bit on Twisted's side as to why they weren't going to participate in it. If I remember correctly, one of the phrases used was, "This march is not for you or what you think it is for. It is, in various terms, a publicity stunt." Now, whether you agree with that or not is not for me to decide. I did not go to the march. Do I wish that I did? Yeah, I do. Did it fix anything within the Juggalo community? No, it didn't. The one real good thing about it is that it got good press because it overshadowed a Trump rally. That got a lot of eyes on Juggalos for a short period of time. And we were looked at in a positive light for once, which is nice. But it did not accomplish what Juggalos thought it was going to. Juggalos are back at square one. That was the final straw for a lot of people who were on the fence of whether or not they could, in their minds, continue to support Twisted and Magic Ninja Entertainment as a whole. I know there was a lot of people that as soon as Twisted left, they immediately cut ties. They were done with Twisted, which makes me feel like they're a fair weather fan and just only supporting people because they're on Psychopathic Records. That's shit. But some people who are firmly all about the Juggalo life, they felt slighted at Twisted and the rest of Magic Ninja not participating in the Juggalo March. Doesn't even matter if it was something that they were behind. A lot of people just felt that due to all the support that the Juggalo community had given to Twisted over the years, that it was a no-brainer that they had to be there. This is not me picking sides in this situation. This is just based on what I have seen over the years. There's been so many people who have complained and complained and complained about Twisted. So many people that have been pissed off that Twisted wouldn't own up for not being at the march or anything like that. They literally hold that over Twisted's heads. Not that, it's something that Twisted are actively trying to, seek approval of. And yet, Paul goes on stream and outright says that he is sorry for not being at the march. He is sorry for letting everybody down. Now, upon seeing this, my first reaction is, holy shit, this is a big deal. I wonder how people are going to take this. And my reactions to their reactions were expected. I saw a good amount of people that were happy that this was brought up. Because let's be honest, Twisted have been fairly quiet about the affairs of Psychopathic in recent years. You can try and say that they aren't, and they diss them at every chance they get, but you'd be lying. And I mean outright, like in interviews and shit like that, they don't. Because it's not worth the energy on either side. Not on magic ninjas or on psychopathics. It's pointless. And sneak disses are bound to happen. And guess what? Twisted aren't the only ones who did it. Okay? Like, Violent J is not free of the blame. Neither is Too Dope. Plain and simple. This could potentially be the olive branch being extended, and honestly, it would not be the first time. Y'all remember when that Riders album came out, and Lil Shank name drops the other riders, the psychopathic riders, in a positive light, and you would really think that, hey, maybe this is the seedling of something. No. So then things got quiet. But the fact that Paul went out of his way to discuss this, and, it was only him saying it. Obviously, Jamie wasn't there. Nobody else from Magic Ninja was there. It was just Paul bringing this up, saying that he apologizes and he's sorry that he let people down. That's him owning up. But the positive reactions that people have given are probably only about a third of what has been going on. And the rest of it has been everybody decrying Twisted and saying, too little, too late. I've fucking had it, y'all. I really, really have. Because most of these same people who are bitching about Twisted apologizing 4 or 5 years after the fact, those were the same people who, over the last couple years, have been complaining that Twisted didn't apologize. So the fact that it finally happens, and now y'all are saying, well, it's not worth it now. You are what's wrong with the Juggalo community. Quote me on that. I don't fucking care. I really don't. And I'm one voice. You don't have to listen to what the fuck I say. If you don't agree with me, so be it. That's fine. Okay? But I am so baffled at the fact that this is music. And all you want is beef. Beef that isn't even your own. What is the purpose of it? Let's not forget what was said a couple months ago by Billy Obey. After it was revealed that Violent J, was going through his shit, and Billy Obey had his nice little post and ended it with, "Fuck your beef." And people were mad at that? Are you fucking kidding me? Y'all are so invested in the disagreements of grown men who don't even really care if you pay attention to it. Do they pay your bills? Do they feed you? No. These are entertainers. Juggalos have gotten so fucking used to knowing every little thing about these artists' personal lives that you feel that you're entitled to it. It's getting fucking old. If you are trying to continue to perpetuate this hatred, I don't even know what the fuck to say to you. It's not worth your time. It's not worth your fucking energy. I know there's people who take Juggalo so seriously. It is eat, sleep, breathe Juggalo. And you know what? That is fine. You are allowed to express yourself in that way. But if you take it to the step of, well, because I'm a juggalo, I also have to hate Twisted. Fucking really? Grow up. It's as bad as all the motherfuckers who hated Eminem just because. It's stupid. If anything, being a juggalo should give you some good guidelines, aka, I don't know, don't be a fucking dumb racist. Don't be a bigot. Great. Those are good things to follow. Oh, you're a juggalo and you follow ICP, that means you automatically have to hate Twisted? That's fucking stupid. Grow the fuck up. You gotta remember that early on, before the beef was even really a thing, never once did either side in quotations, say stop listening to the other people. Not once. Not fucking once. Now, I do kind of laugh because I remember watching one of the Twitch streams with Twisted being brought up and Jumpsteady at one point saying, yeah, everybody that I talk to says that their shit's no good no more. Are you literally talking to only people in your bubble? Because I'm sorry, but quite a few of us still listen to that music and appreciate it a lot. No, is Twisted's rock shit the best shit they've ever done? There's a lot of people who fucking hate it. Okay, so be it. I enjoyed it. But I'm trying not to compare and say, oh, well, they're doing this better than you, or you're doing this better than them. Let people fucking enjoy it. I can't understand why you can't just leave shit be. There's so many people who wish that they could go back to the Shangri-La era, the family era, that early 2000s time. We're not going to have that anymore. And if you were around during that time, I'm sure the memories you have are fucking stupendous, and I'm jealous of you for it. We're never going to get that again. I know that a lot of people, some of their favorite memories, and I've had some people mention this to me recently, was the last time that ICP and Twisted were pretty much on good terms was the Wizard of the Hood performance at the Gathering in, I think it was 2016. That, I've heard so many people say, is one of the best performances that they've ever witnessed live. And I remember watching that performance back whenever we were doing our prep for the Wizard of the Hood episode. I watched it, and it really did make me sad. I wasn't even there, and watching that actually made me feel a bit empty, knowing that that was the last time that things were fine. Nearly 6 years ago. And don't forget, come December, later this year, it'll have been 10 years since Twisted left Psychopathic. It's insane to think of everything that's happened in that span of time. I don't know if it's been a long time or a short time, but I remember so much of the shit happening just in this time alone. I've been more of a fan of this style of music, of Juggalo music, in the last 10 years. That's more of a time than when Twisted was on Psychopathic from when I started listening. So most of the stuff that I've been familiar with has been Twisted releasing music on Magic Ninja. But I don't choose sides. And neither should anybody who's a part of this culture that we've created for ourselves. Some people are taking this to a level that is just childish. You act like they broke up with you when they didn't. And there's been disagreements. That's common fact. You got to remember when Twisted nearly left back in 03. Think about the fucking fight that Jay and Paul had on the Black Rain tour. And then all the buildup over the next, 8 years? It almost seems like it was just a matter of time for them to up and leave. And then, the stuff that happened after the fact, things were fine for a while, and then shit blew up in 2017. Y'all just want a reason to hate because you think that is going to show some kind of loyalty. And that's not fair. It's not fair to yourself. If you're saying, fuck their music, it's shit, do you really think that? Or is it because you've been told to say that? Because you think that if you firmly believe that, that's going to make you look better in the other artist's eyes? I don't think they give a shit. Y'all, last year I was so fucking happy to have a new ICP record. And I was so happy that I enjoyed the fuck out of it. Yum Yum Bedlam is my favorite Joker's card in the last maybe decade. I think it's definitely high up there on the second deck. And remember, I've said before that the Marvelous Missing Link duo meant a lot to me at the time that it was released, and it has very strong memories for me. But I think Yum Yum Bedlam is better than them. Certainly fucking better than Fearless Fred Fury. It felt so good to be able to put that on like a top 5 list. Did I like Unlikely Prescription more? Yes, but I'm also much more into that style of music at this point in my life. I don't have to pick sides. Because I listen to the music and it resonates with me, and that's all that fucking matters. Why? Because it's goddamn music. Stop getting so involved in the personal affairs of these artists when it's not supposed to be yours. Why does it matter? Shit, some of these artists overshare as is. I don't want to fucking hear about Violent J's sexual exploits like he was trying to do after him and Sugar Slam split. That's fucking terrible. Do I want Violent J to be happy? Then yeah, great, awesome. If you could share that you're happy, awesome. I don't want to fucking hear every little fucking detail. And there's juggalos out there who want that shit. That makes them feel closer to the artist, but we don't need that. This shit just makes me so goddamn angry because we could finally be at some kind of point where things might get patched up, where things might start to seem a little bit calmer, and we could be at a level of peace, I guess? I don't fucking know. But if you're one of the people who is pissed off that Twisted said this, or rather at least just Paul said this, Jamie hasn't said anything. If you're one of those people who are mad about that, I saw some people that were just selling all their fucking Twisted stuff. Why? Are you that butthurt for no fucking reason? Let's not forget, Twisted and ICP were friends. Hell, they were closer than friends for a few years. You're telling me that you don't want things to be fine in their personal lives? If you're so fucking obsessed with it, why is that a bad thing? Why can't they try and make things work out between them and see what happens? At this point, the ball's in ICP's court. And it has been for most of the time. Let's be completely honest. If Jay felt hurt before, who knows what's going to happen? I'm staying hopeful, but I'm not holding my breath. But if you're one of the people who is angry that this happened, I got nothing. I got nothing else for you. I think that you're holding on to something that is just bitterness for the sake of being bitter. And that's not healthy. Put that energy towards something else. Put it towards something positive. You don't need that. I've said it multiple times on this episode alone. It's fucking music. That's it. Plain and simple. I can't really stress much more. This is music. It is something that is supposed to make you feel some sort of emotion, whether it's joy, sadness, anger, anything of the sort. But if you are so invested in a beef that you yourself are not actually involved in, I don't know what else to say to you, except I think that you're wasting your time. I got nothing else today. I just needed to get that out. So, if you disagree with me, I'm not sorry. I've said my piece, and right now it's just a matter of where things go from here. As always, thank you very much for checking out Juggalo Judgment and Mike Check. Please feel free to follow us on any and all social medias. You can hit us up on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, Juggalo Judgment on all those platforms. You can hit us up with an email, juggalojudgment@gmail.com. You can follow us on our YouTube page. We do have one of those up now, youtube.com/juggalojudgment. And if you would like to support us monetarily, you can go to patreon.com/juggalojudgment. Remember that there are the exclusive Patreon episodes, which are our Patreon song requests. Those episodes are available for anybody to view, even if you do not subscribe to the Patreon. You can go ahead and check those out. We just uploaded the... it was supposed to be 2 separate episodes, but we were a little bit behind, so it's one big episode that contains December and January's song requests. That is available on the Patreon, and it's also available on the YouTube. As time goes on, our back catalog of episodes of Juggalo Judgment will also be available on YouTube. There will not be actual video of it, but you can listen to them there. It's just going to be Juggalo Judgment. I'm not going to put my checks up there because they're less timely. So I think just the Juggalo Judgment stuff is going to go on there. And remember, if you want to hit me up directly, please feel free. Twitter.com. You can hit me up at MikeSpawn, SEJ. You can find me on Instagram, Straight Edge Juggalo. You can also follow me on TikTok, which is also Straight Edge Juggalo. I did actually 2 TikToks on the very subject that I was talking about today, and they blew the fuck up. I'm not even kidding. One of them had 3,500 views overnight, and then the a response one that I made earlier in the day today got over 5,000 views in 2 hours. Don't know how the fuck that happened, but go ahead and you can follow me there as well. That's all I got. So thanks again. And as always, stay safe. Much love to y'all. Peace out.